Want to know why? Ask how. Howard the Humongous. We're back after a trip to Toronto and Vienna speaking, and the presidential race is peculiar, very, very strange. There are very few authentic candidates in this race. John McCain was authentic. He spoke from his heart. He spoke from his gut. Hillary Clinton, who knows what's really in her gut, her soul, and her mind? Jeb Bush, give me a break. Scott Walker, oh my God, look how he's devastated unions. The man is a monster. So who comes off as having authenticity in this presidential season? Two people, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. Bernie speaks the truth as he sees it. There's only one small problem. One of Bernie's truths, which he enunciated on NBC TV to John Harwood a short time ago, is radically, appallingly, insensitively wrong. Bernie Sanders said this: "You can't just continue growth for the sake of growth in a world in which we are struggling with climate change and all kinds of environmental problems." All right, you don't necessarily need a choice of 23 underarm spray deodorants or 18 different pairs of sneakers when children are hungry in this country. Bernie, wake up. It's been the task of life ever since the beginning of this planet to grow, 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 grow. Once upon a time, there was a thimbleful of living cells, living matter on this planet, something less than the size of your thumbnail. And they were up against a challenge. Grow as enthusiastically and voraciously as you possibly can. Why? To stay alive. Life was a sensitive, tender little operation in the beginning. It still is today. But there were going to be 142 mass extinctions. Life had to thrive vigorously, enthusiastically, in order to get past that 142 mass extinctions. What's more, life had to have a variety of choices. The bigger the variety, the better. Why? To take advantage of every conceivable niche, every conceivable opportunity, every conceivable way of shaping yourself, of reshaping your metabolism, to find the niches in which you would be able to survive the next grand climate change, the next grand cataclysm. Choice and expansionistic drive to grow have been part of the life process from the very beginning. Then there are simple things that don't look so simple, mysteries that we don't understand. Why in the world is 23 different forms of deodorant important to us? Sounds trivial, yes, but think a little bit deeper, Bernie. Think a little bit deeper. Humans wall themselves off from others, that is, groups wall themselves off from other groups, by having unique diets. Halal is the Muslim diet, kosher is the Jewish diet. Some families from Eastern Europe, we eat tons of cabbage. What do these different diets do? They differentiate us by odor. We can tell when somebody that we think smells good is in our vicinity. We can tell when somebody we think stinks is in our vicinity. And frankly, the European diet is so unique that when Europeans first showed up in China, the Chinese were appalled by their stench. They called it the stench of the barbarians. They called the barbarians the butter eaters because butter and meat, what the Europeans ate, gave them an odor that was intolerable to the Chinese. And just like bacteria in the beginning of life, differentiating into as many slots and niches as they possibly could, we humans get together in groups and differentiate into as many slots as we possibly can. And how do we do it? As individuals, we are hungry for attention. We want admiration. We want acceptance. And what are the tools we use to get the admiration and acceptance of the people we most want to be with? The sneakers that we wear, the deodorants that we choose, the many personal choices that are tiny little things, that seem to be tiny little things, the shirts, the shoes, even the underwear that we choose are badges of identity, badges of please accept me, badges of please look up to me and admire me, please make me your friend, or, in the case of sex, please make me your mate. Choices are important. Choices drive the slivering of humans into subcultures, just as bacteria slivered into many different forms at the very beginning of life. And that slivering in subcultures makes history. Once upon a time, there was a tiny little group in Germany, a subculture, that gathered in all probability on the basis of who smelled good to whom and who wore the clothes that were the badges of acceptance in the group. They managed to get 32% of the vote in 1933. 32%, that's a minority. 68% of the people voted against them. But this subculture, gathered together around smells and unique clothing and unique ideas, managed to take over the country. They were called the Nazis. The result was World War II and the Holocaust. Personal choice, what we call freedom, makes a difference. As science people, I'm a scientific thinker, hopefully you think scientifically too, it's our job to understand the unseen mysteries around us. And the unseen mysteries, let me read you from something I wrote about this. The unseen mysteries are not the mysteries of the stars above our heads. They are the mysteries buried in the human soul. And choice, like choice of deodorants and choice of sneakers, has everything in the world to do with this. Much as I would not spend a lot of money on sneakers, but hey, that's just me. Okay, Bernie, get it right this time. Growth is crucial if you want to feed starving people. The more growth we have, the more starving people we feed. How do we know that? The problem of the poor today is not emaciation. It is not starvation. It is obesity. And that comes from growth. Now we have the privilege of learning how to slim obese people down. That is our problem, one of the major problems with the poor. Bernie, please get it right. Growth and what we call freedom, personal choice, even in tiny little things, is crucial. It will save human lives. This is Howard the Humongous, speaking to you from the future. It's your job and my job to make. Or, want to know why? Ask. Ask how. And now for that sleazy, slimy, absolutely invisible little off button. I think I've got it.